Hi everybody, Kirk here with Ink and Impulse, and I'm so excited. I finally got my hands on a Lamy 2000. I got this pen from the Pen Swap subreddit. I'm new to the subreddit over there, and let me tell you, it has not been good for my finances, but someone was letting this one go, and this is in a broad, and I believe it's like new condition, may have been inked up once or twice. But let's go ahead and take this guy out. It does have a sleeve. And look, she's just in the black color. And they still had the plastic sleeve. And oh my goodness, here she is. I know this is like a very plain and straightforward pen, but to me it's like iconic looking, and I've just been so curious about this pen ever since I started writing with fountain pens, and I finally have one, you guys. I'm so excited. So let's take a look inside the box. It's a pretty firm pad here, and there's 2 elastics and a satin ribbon, and you can take this out, and this is what this box came with. The warranty, which will no longer apply, but still nice to have. The little inserts. And so we've got a folding flyer here with different pen models. And I also want to try the Lamy Studio. Here's the Lamy 2000. If I like this pen, I'm going to be in trouble because my favorite color is green, and I believe a couple years or so ago they came out with a pine green color, and they are selling for no less than $400. So that's going to be super fun. But here's the box. Okay, so after doing just a little bit of research on this pen, this iconic pen silhouette from Lamy was first released in 1966, and it's made out of a material called macrolon polycarbonate, and so it's more heat resistant and impact resistant than regular plastics, and it's even what bulletproof glass is made of, so that's pretty cool. If you look at the finish here, it's got some it's like a soft matte finish with some definite texture there, like some lined texture. And this is good because it looks like it'll be able to hide scratches pretty well. And so to me, it's a pretty lightweight pen. It doesn't have any ink in it right now, but it's not lightweight to the point of it feeling cheap or insubstantial. So here's the clip, and it's a spring. Looks like it's spring-loaded in the cap. Here's the finial, and it is smooth and polished. And then here is the bottom. And here's the pen. And this is a snap cap. And this is in a broad. Again, the finish is just beautiful on this pen. It is definitely, I said this before, an iconic silhouette. And I'm so excited to try this because for a lot of people, this is their favorite pen. And you know, the Safari is okay to me. I'm not a massive fan of the Safari. I have quite a few of them, but in terms of writing experiences, it's just hit or miss for me. But as you can see, we have an ink window, and this is a piston fill. And when I first looked at this pen, I was like, I don't even see a seam. It's just very minimal, that seam, and I think it's super cool for me because this is such a special pen, and it doesn't seem as easy to clean as some of my other pens. I am going to just use regular inks and no shimmers in this. As you can see here, there are 2 little metal pieces. This is part of the cap mechanism, and if you can see in that cap, when you press the cap in, there's a little snap, and so you're not constantly fussing with the turning of the cap. So it's just a snap on, snap off, and these are very small touch points, and where I hold my pen, it doesn't rest on my finger at all. All right, so it does post, and it posts very securely. I wouldn't post it. I don't post my pens. I don't like the chance for scratches, and I don't feel like I need it back weighted at all. So here's the pen. Beautiful. I'm really impressed with how it feels. It's a smaller, slimmer pen than what I'm used to, but I do like fat pens, and so this is by no means like a small pen. Here's just a regular pencil for comparison. But let's go get some of our regular fountain pens to compare it to. Here is the Lamy 2000 as compared to a TWSBI ECO, Sailor Pro Gear, Jinhao 10, Pilot Kakano, Lamy Safari, Benu Euphoria, and I believe this is an Aspine C80. So these are some of the pens that I typically use on a day-to-day basis, and it's almost the same exact length as the Lamy Safari, about the same in the circumference as well, it looks like. So let's get them uncapped. All right, so here they are without caps, and surprisingly, this one's pretty short, not as short as the Sailor Pro Gear, which is one of my smaller pens, even in just the Pro Gear size and not the slim size. But here is the comparison. So to fill this guy up, I am going to be using BPC's Byzantium. It's just like a very dark, almost black color. It looks like there may be some little bits of blue in there, just a little bit. It's definitely like a super black blue, if it's a blue. So let me get my rag ready. Okay, and this nib already looks very broad. I hear that the Lamy 2000s are very broad, which is what I'm excited about. Okay. So we'll see what this looks like. Make sure I get all of the rest of the ink off on the pen body itself. I love the finish of this. I'm kind of scared because these are not cheap pens, and I think I really like it. I just gotta see how it writes. Okay, let me go get my writing set up, and I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, so this is by far the broadest nib that I have. It lays down a lot of ink. The line is very wide. There's a little bit of like a graphite like feedback. It's not like glass smooth. It's definitely very smooth. The nib feels a little bit like amorphous, like fuzzy. It's definitely not like a scratcher. And to be honest, if I were to use this for like an everyday writer, I would probably get a fine, because this is crazy. I think like I said, I think it's broader than my Benu, which is like a crazy. So let's see how she compares to our other samples, because I do have quite a few broads on this paper. This is going to be look. Jeez. That's crazy. So, the broad here from the Lamy Safari. There's a broad with an eco there. The medium from the Benu Euphoria. There's a VAC 700R broad, a Pilot VP broad. I mean, there's no other broad that comes close to that. Let me see if I have I don't have my other broad Benu up here. But this guy, this was pretty broad as well. This Lamy Safari right here is like, it's kind of like just an inker. For some reason, that pen is very, very wet, almost too wet. And even then, I think it is just maybe a smidge under the Lamy 2000. So I heard that this was a fat writer, and that is definitely true. I'll be on the look for a fine, just for everyday writing, because I do write in on papers like this, but I do, when I'm taking notes, I do like to have a broad nib, because I just like having all of that ink come out, especially with the different like shimmers and stuff. So you never know, I might get crazy and try some shimmers in that pen. Probably not for a while, just to keep it nice. But that is crazy thick, so just know that that's what you're getting. So far, I like it. I'm going to spend some time with just me and her for the next week or so, and then probably make a follow-up video with some more thoughts. But you guys, that was a really fun experience with all of that ink coming out, and that's one of my favorite things about fountain pens, is having the very like wet writing experience. And so yeah, I'm pretty happy with this purchase. I'll be on the lookout for some smaller nibs, because wowza, that was a crazy broad line that this one produced. Anyway, let me know if you have a Lamy 2000 in your lineup, what color you have it in, if you just have the plain black, the classic black, or you have that brushed stainless, which I really like, or the pine green, which is my #1 favorite. But I just don't know if I can pay $400 for one when you can get this one for $2, and it's the same thing. It's just one shade, like one shade off to the green side. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys are staying safe and well, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.